Over the past few months, we have seen a weird shift in the market. The reopening that we all were waiting for has not turned out to be as exciting as we initially thought. With the new Delta concern, banned travel, and other closings, the fear is back in the market, and few analysts are predicting another market crash or market correction for a better term. So in this video, I'm taking you with me on the things that I look for in deciding how to invest in the coming weeks, and we are starting right now. So about 2.5 months ago, when I got the news that Delta is kicking in high gears in UK, I decided to change my strategy and decided that I will not be buying any calls as I was not sure what the market has in store for us. Along with that, I completely changed my trading strategy and I started to play options where I made the time decay works in my favor, not against me. So since I'm spending a lot of time with everyone here, I thought why not make a video which talk about what indicators I look for when I'm planning my future strategy. So when I say future, I'm not talking about 5 years or 10 years. Those are my high conviction stock and I'm sure most of you know them well. I have done videos on some of my high conviction stocks on this channel, but there are few more and you can actually see my high conviction stock list in the description and I will also make it as a pinned comment. You can go and take a look at that sheet. It's of course free and open to see what I have in my high conviction list, which I plan to hold for a very long time, unless something drastic changes within the company. Again, I'm not one of those guys, those who say, okay, this is my high conviction, I'm never selling it, I'm never getting out. No, if the company is not doing well, if the leadership I don't trust anymore, then my high conviction can also change because I don't believe in the company anymore. But the list that I'm sharing, I'm planning to hold on to that list for a very long time. Okay, so the indicators I'm talking about here helps me for a short term, like 2 to 4 weeks or maybe 2 to 3 months out. Those are my future prediction, immediate future. I'm not talking about years, I'm talking about weeks and months. So let me share my screen and let me take you step by step on what I look for. So I do it backwards. Here's my screen and I'm going to actually enlarge it. Yes, okay. So I do it backwards. I don't look at the job reports or CPI or PPI data right away. What I look for is more basic things or simple things. So the first chart that I look for right here is basically tells me whether the consumers are cutting back on walking to the physical stores. So this is a chart right here that shows me right here that you see that shows me whether the consumers are cutting back on walking to the physical stores. This is retail sales. This also tells me that the fear is growing and that people are not going out that much. Better for delivery companies, better for stay-at-home stock, which I hold in my short-term portfolio. So if I see a drop, which you see right now, as compared to the end of June, when things were looking really, really high there, but now things have come back down, that shows that there is a slowdown coming and we may see more trouble for those companies that are more retail-oriented. The second thing that I look for is open table reservations right here. This is open table reservations right here, and they offer daily update. This is a very a cool chart and you can actually see the entire world, not just US. Of course, US and Canada, they are more popular as compared to places like China or India or Africa, but you can actually get an idea of what's going on. So if I see a decline like we are seeing right here, if you see here, we were really in high gear here on top and then since then we have seen a decline here. That tells me two things. Number one, people don't have too much disposable income. That means money is drying out. Number two, people are fearful of going out. That tells me that we could see a spike in these type of stocks, vaccine or anything related to the pandemic, and also personal loan companies like SoFi, because people don't have much money to spend on restaurants or eating out and stuff like that. So that's the second indicator that tells me where are people going or what are people doing with their money. If the growth is really, really high right here, that means people have more disposable income. That means more income or more money in the stock market. Again, my opinion only. The third chart that I look for is TSA foot traffic right here. So this chart gives you day by day update right here, 18, 17, 16 on how many people TSA have scanned. Then they compare it with the last year and then the year before. So you have this one chart that gives you everything right in front of your own eyes. This is a good indicator that tells me how travel companies will look like in the coming week For example, airlines, cruise lines, all of those things. I have played and actually made some good money in cruise lines. Last year when the market crashed, when the fear was all-time high, I sold some leap calls on Carnival Cruise for like 2023 January, and I cashed out when I saw the data right peak right around here. So I basically sold some over here, some over here, and when I saw the drop right here, I knew this was not the time for me to do anything with the cruise lines or airlines. It's just basically sit and watch what's going on. If the level drops any further to kind of this, I'll go back and make the same trades. So these are the things that I'm looking for on a more journal basis, industry by industry. Then I look for more bigger picture, like jobs report right here. That's basically tells me where the Wall Street or how the Wall Street will react for that week or the coming week. This also comes out every week, so this gives me a good idea, and we can compare from the previous weeks of how the Wall Street is going to react in the coming week. And lastly, I look at this chart that gives me a breakdown of the whole economy right here in one page. So basically I look for unemployment rate, change in payroll, average hourly earnings, CPI data, PPI data. All of this is right here, and that tells me how we are progressing by month right here to see what numbers are looking for and where the Wall Street or the market is going to react or shift in a broader picture, in a bigger picture. Again, all the companies, all the stocks that I own, they belong to the market, and market reacts with this major data. But if I am holding some particular stocks like airlines, then I look at TSA. If I'm holding any shipping companies, then I look for what the people are, or are people going to more retail locations? Are they going out? What does it mean for companies like that, like Amazon, UPS, FedEx? All those things come in that category. So I'm looking at these things on a more personalized basis because these are the stocks that I own in my portfolio. Yours could be completely different. So I'm just giving you my opinion on what I look for. In all this data, I keep one thing very clear. I never change my outlook on the high conviction stocks, and never forget the bigger picture that if there is a market sell-off and if I have the funds, then I'll go shopping and add more to my high conviction stocks to my portfolio, which by the way, I have provided, as I told you, a full list of my stocks. I plan to keep these stocks for the next 7 to 10 years. I have another list for 3 to 5 years. Then I have a list for 6 months to a year where I'm more aggressive in my day-to-day trading. And of course, as you know, I play a lot of options on a weekly basis to basically take advantage of the market sentiment for that week. And this data that I shared with you today helps me with that. So I recently did a video on a very new high conviction stock that I have in my list that I recently added to my portfolio. I'm going to link it up here. Do check it out because I feel this company has a lot to offer for us investors in years and years to come. And please comment if you would like me to cover any particular stock, or if you have any stock that you truly believe in. As always, thank you for joining me. If you get anything out of the video, please consider subscribing, hit the like button so we can reach out to more investors. Love you all. Until next time, you all have a sparkling day.